Good morning. Welcome to Sunday Morning Live, where you debate the big issues of the day. My guests in the studio all believe in standing up for their principles. Peter Tatchell. Well, you can be part of the debate as well.